Welcome to a new edition of the Neon Jazz interview series with Japanese pop singer and songwriter turned jazz pianist Senri on the 2023 CD Class of '88. He revisits that superstar past of his on this jubilant new piano trio album, joined by bassist Matt Clohesy and drummer Ross Pederson. With 7 jazz albums to his name since 2012, he continues to grow as a jazz musician. We cover this album, the post-COVID world, and so much more. Enjoy. Hi, Senri.
Hi, how are you?
How are you, sir?
I'm good. Very good. How are you?
I'm great. Great to catch up with you again.
Thanks so much. Thank you for inviting your program, Neon Jazz. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and I've really enjoyed Class of '88.
Oh, wow. Happy to hear that.
So I want to kind of dive into that album. But before that, we have survived COVID to a good degree. How are you doing? How did you get through the COVID period?
Around the beginning time of COVID pandemic, I just accustomed to the situation because my area, Brooklyn, New York, a lot of people has to be changed the way we are living. 24 hours, 7 days, ambulance, silent, now the silent again, but not COVID. The people open the window around 7 p.m. and we can make sound to encourage the essential workers. And we're going to make music, yelling, singing. That's the life of the beginning of COVID. And I almost get lost, but little by little, I started to make music by computer because we have to stay home. So, okay, I would like to make jazz alone. So my computer PC connect with the keyboard and I make, digital jazz. So I made one album around the end of the pandemic called Letter to New York. So after that, almost my 40th anniversary is coming soon. So maybe I can make something brand new album for that. So that's why I happened to make this album, Class of '88, because this is all my life. 8 songs from my 80s, 90s, and also totally brand new. After post-COVID, I wrote so new and 80s, 90s, but still me. I try to combine all my music in one album and I put the name of the door of reunion 88 because 88 is my changing time like a COVID time in my 20s. So Class of '88 is all my life and something happening to the future.
So it's such a great album, and I'm curious, what are you hoping the listener gets from this album?
I want a lot of people to listen to my music. So I would like to spread my music to the world. This is beyond the race, country, border, the culture, religion. Still in the world, a lot of fights still keep going on. But I would like to conquer this situation, making music. So this is the music beyond the time and anything. So this is pop jazz, Latin, Asia, and me living in Brooklyn, New York, in such a diverse, race, religion, music, chaos, a lot of things put it on and shuffle. So maybe it might be some faces you like. So anyway, listen and feel my music. That's my hope and wish.
So you came from a totally different world of being, a pop star in Japan. You've been making jazz since 2012, 7 albums. How does it feel? How does that transition feel now with so many jazz albums under your belt?
The first album called Boys Mature Slow was the quintet. So as a pianist, I was a little bit holding back because of the first experience. But second album, I tried to challenge to make a big band. So third album, drumless, but kind of trio with saxophone, bass, and piano, me. And fourth album, vocal. It's a dedication to the Sheila Jordan. It's a challenging album too. And the fifth album is solo, and sixth album with Ari Honig, Matt Clohesy, and me, real trio beginning. And as I told you, seventh album in the pandemic, I made a solo jazz, alone jazz. So now the time to do all music tied together. So I am a little bit accustomed to a jazz world, and still I feel alien in the jazz world here in New York. But on the other hand, I can feel, music, especially audience, is very widely open. So if I make music and perform, the people is very kind and generous. So a little by little, my mind and body, my finger is open. So now very, very much more comfortable comparison to the beginning of jazz days.
So what has it felt like to get back out and perform live? What do the crowds feel like?
You mean compared to the beginning of starting time?
Yes, sir.
Around that time, just after graduation, Reggie Walkman said to me, faculty and a very famous acclaimed bassist, he always said to me, Senri, less sound. You can hear the other people's performance. You don't have to do anything. Jazz is feel. Jazz is listening. So I always try to put my sounds more jazz. But a little by little, I adjust to, likely to listen to other people's sound. And my composition also, don't put a lot of notes, just like, quarter notes, and a lot of rest. That's fine. And waiting for the next group like that. So I'm much more comfortable. And, I just finished the, Birdland Theater's performance, 2 shows. So that makes me more comfortable. I'm really proud of my audience. And of course, Jenny, the owner of Birdland. And, after that, I got the next shows Fleming from Gianni. The next year, March, 2 nights, 4 shows. Little by little, I don't have any big connection. So one success and one new things. So, the face, the new things. I do my best. That's the only way. But just resume my just new era again post pandemic.
So, Senri, if anyone wants to pick up Class of '88, learn more about any of your live shows, where can they go?
Yeah, best place is I think my SNS spread the page merged all the place, Apple Music, Spotify, anything, Amazon Music, merged place. So that's might be more comfortable to purchase my album, listen to my Class of '88. So please check my SNS, Instagram, Twitter, Senri, SNSENRI, and OE, Senri Oe.
Wonderful. Senri, it's so great to catch up with you again. You're a regular on the show. Best of luck with the album, and have a great day.
You too. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks for listening and tuning into another Neon Jazz interview, where we give you a bit of insight into the finest players and minds in New York, Kansas City, and spots all over the world, giving fans all that jazz. Thanks to Senri. He's an old friend of the show. If you want to hear more Neon Jazz interviews, you can find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to us at YouTube, and for everything Neon Jazz, go to theneonjazz.blogspot.com. Until next time, enjoy the jazz, my friends.
Neon Jazz.